video games. Okay, here we go, guys. So I really like the design of this final boss, and I'll get into why as I'm fighting him. And I really like that walk you do beforehand, where each of the items is there. So check it out. Enormous dragon. He's my dragon friend, Nidhogger. So he only has 4 different moves. He has the headbutt move, which you saw. He has the punch, which throws you off. It's like misleading. Shit! Ow. Well, I lost the fire sword. Okay, so the thing is, the punch move is very misleading because he like raises his fist and makes it look like he's going to punch with that arm, but then he just swings the other arm across, and like you really have to get used to that move, or else you'll just keep getting hit and die. And then he has that move that shoots the thing. Looks very suspiciously similar to the punch move, but is subtly different because it's a different animation, and one of the hands, instead of curling up into a fist, it's just like open. And then this move looks similar to the other move, which is the headbutt, but he inhales and then shoots fire. So it's like he has 4 moves, but each pair of 2 looks similar enough that it can easily throw you off, and you have to like closely observe and memorize, and then you're able to take him out. And the thing I keep trying to do when he does the fire snot, which is something I learned from watching the speedrun I talked about before, here we go, is that if you stick a spear on his hand, he'll raise his hand up, and then you can just smack him a bunch of times. Not easy to do, but
it's a pro strat.
The other thing is that, like, like every other boss, he does the same order of attacks every single time, but since there's only 4, and he, like, keeps mixing and matching them, it's, like, it's hard, like, you don't just get good at, like, knowing exactly what thing he's going to do next. You just get good enough at, like, telling the difference at a moment's notice and just being ready.
Yeah. You really have to be able to read what he's doing to see that.
That's why I think he's the most clever boss in the game, just from like the general design of him. Most of the bosses in this game are kind of meh. Dodge. I'm doing it pretty well, but I've fought this guy many times. There we go.
Many a time.
Many a time. All right. And don't worry, he doesn't have any other fucking forms or whatever. I am done. So yeah, that is
good job.
Volgarr the motherfucking Viking. Thank you, Jaren. I'm still sad that I didn't get to do it all in one run, like before. His head did fall off, Alan, and I am okay with that. So this is the ultimate end of Volgarr, and now finally that I've beaten everything, I can't go through the alternate Valkyrie door. Normally, like, you have to go down to the bottom right door to go to the next level, but when you have life fires, you go through the top door, or you can go through the top door to do the Valkyrie hard mode stage. That last chest should have been a mimic, says Muse. That would have been perfect. But anyway. So here's another thing that I find...
Do you get, like, an ending?
Yes.
Or?
So this is a thing that I found very interesting about Volgarr. The exposition for the game is not given to you in an opening cutscene, it's given to you at the end as your reward, and you get different exposition based on which ending you get. You might remember this, Jaren. When you get the regular ending C, it's written from Fafnir's perspective. And he's like, my whole taking over the world scheme was going great until this jerk, Volgarr, came by. And he fucking beat me up and I wasn't able to blah, blah, blah. And then ending B is written from the perspective of the Valkyrie, where it's like, he asked for my help so that he could go and blah, 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 blah. And then he was cleverly able to sneak into Fafnir and Fafnir's castle and defeat him. But it's like, I don't know whatever truly happened to Volgarr. He asked that he could blah blah blah. It's like it has a degree of uncertainty. And then if you get ending A, then it actually tells it's just like from the game's perspective telling the story of Volgarr, and it's finally like, this is your backstory, this is why you kicked ass. So, you are Volgarr the Viking, warrior of legends. Long ago, you alone survived the razing of your homeland and forced the raiders into retreat. Pursuing them, you slew them by the hundreds before they finally overwhelmed you. All-Father Odin, impressed by your bravery and might, chose you for a special mission, to slay Fafnir the greedy dragon before his rising power threatened all realms. Not only did you complete your task, but you discovered Fafnir's accomplice, Nidhogger. Without hesitation, you sought him out at the roots of the world tree itself, Yggdrasil. Injuring and driving off Nidhogger. Injuring? I chopped his fucking head off. You taught him a harsh lesson about interfering in the affairs of Midgard, not to mention granting Yggdrasil a reprieve from his gnawing. Odin did not deny your requested reward, to retain your mortal form on Midgard, with your place in Valhalla assured regardless of the circumstances of your eventual death. With another lease on life, you used the treasure you gathered to help rebuild your homeland, which grew and prospered for many years under your wise rule. Congratulations, you are super player! Oh!
That's very Conan-esque ending image there.
It is. It's very Conan. I made that noise because I was yawning, and I make weird noises when yawning. I apologize. So yeah, that's the ending, and then there's the credits. I don't know if anybody cares about the credits. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, hey Jarrett, did you know I'm a super player? And also I'm standing on featuring.
I've literally seen it just now.
Yeah, that wasn't me telling you. That was the game telling you. And who are you to disagree with Volgarr the Viking? Wait, where am I? Okay,
well,
there we go.
Who was it talking about? Who was saying you are Volgarr the Viking? It wasn't Odin. It wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't. Yeah, it didn't have a perspective of person saying it like the other endings do. Because like the C ending is Fafnir talking. The B ending is what's her face, the Valkyrie. A ending is just person. Oh, Mololabo showed up just now. That's funny. So yeah. So they were saying, watch me chop this guy's head off. Oh, maybe it won't let me. Oh. Lord Gurgok. So yeah, there's names for the bosses, and I'm curious about if these if the names are actually names of Norse mythological characters. So Mirrormores, which I guess are mermen.
But we'll see.
Mirrormore Charger. You liking this? You liking this like remixy song? Wow, those like treasure chest looking oysters that shot you the things. They were called Shucky. Oh my god, it's called Crab Battler. That's an old school internet reference. You know Crab Battle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I know that thing has a weak point that you have to hit for massive damage.
Yeah. Oh, Lord Visif. That's apparently the second boss. Baldur's Skaldborg. So there's Draugr. Oh my god, we were playing Skyrim the whole time. Flesh Wound, McStabby.
Get the Skaldborg.
Wow, they got really creative with these names. Blue Skeleton was McStabby. Sergeant Crunch was the red skeleton. And then the big one is just Skeleton. Oh, the bird's called Raven. Cool. Oh my god, the Black Widow's called Widower. The ghost is called Booberry. I love this. I'm very glad we're doing this. Lord Fracas. I don't know if I've ever watched the credits all the way through before. I'm not the kind of person that does that. So here's Tears Vulilder. Why not?
Lord Fracas down.
Then Cultist. Oh, I didn't get to kill Cult. The guy that I say looks like Mel Gibson. His name is Beefcake. Oh hey, Verwolf is here, and he says Skjaldborg means shield fort. That's funny.
But what does Velilda mean? That's the real question.
Good question.
Because I couldn't pronounce that earlier.
Oh my god, the little red slimes are called hot sauce. Beautiful. Okay, you know I was talking about how each of the bosses might be an actual mythological creature? I don't think Fluffy is a mythological creature. Fluffy the red snake. Mjolnir's power. Oh, that was the name of the Mjolnirs I kept picking up. It's not Mjolnir itself, it's Mjolnir's power. Sky Knight was the guy I rode all the way into the sunset. Sky Knight Lieutenant was the boomerang guy. Sky Knight Captain was the pigeons I'd kill over and over. Toady, the little guy. Lord Tyrannus was the like leveled up pigeon that I had to fight.
Lord Sky Knight.
Oh, it's not called Life Fires, it's called Warrior Spirit. I thought it was called Life Fire. It might be like what I
Life
get.
Fires in the wiki too.
Yeah. Fafnir, there's Fafnir. Oh, cool, and here's the, it says how many of each type of treasure I picked up. Which I think I got most of the, oh no, it's just saying how much each one's worth. I was like, there's no way I only got one of the coin. Then there's the crown. There's the weird
You should have
walrus.
drop-killed Fafnir again, just to show him who's boss.
Yeah, it doesn't let me kill the bosses, though. There's the name still going. Oh, that's probably Kickstarter backers. By the way, I didn't know this for the longest time, that this game was a Kickstarter game. I actually didn't find it out until I was researching, like, recently, like a couple of months ago, when I was going to write a post about Volgarr. I got the best ending. I got the best ending multiple times. I never knew it was a Kickstarter game.
Well, you learned something new today.
Yeah. Well, not today. Like a month ago when I researched it. But yeah, and in the Kickstarter pitch, they talked about the game's inspirations, and that was when I learned about how the whole like double jump with no momentum in each jump. That was specifically Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Oh, I teleported away.
But maybe now you'll unlock the super double secret ending.
Game director, chief executive. Yeah, the Kickstarter was just done by like 2 people. So this was a small team of smart people, and then it also got published by Adult Swim. All right, and see when you're done with the credits, you get to see this. I died 8 times, which is not my best run. My best run, I've actually managed to beat the game without dying once. And I beat it in I think like 40 minutes. I actually have a screenshot of that. That I think I tweeted at the time.
Without getting hit, and you'll unlock the S rank ending.
That's actually what I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? I think that's the next objective. I was thinking either not getting hit once, which that was actually, I know in Mega Man 9 that's called Mr. Perfect. That's like what that challenge is called. So I guess Mr. Perfect, not get hit once. Or the other idea I had was to play through the game without opening up any chests. Which, like, that would make it impossible to get the B or A endings, because you get the life fires from the chests. But hey, that would be one hell of a challenge, because good lord. So yeah, that's the game. Odin wants me to go to the right again, but fuck you, you're not my real dad. And I had an idea.